Well, on police tactics, of course, the police will conduct their own review about exactly what happened and how they responded. Clearly, the police needed to respond to very fast-moving events, which frankly took everybody by surprise. But I think we should pay tribute to not only brave police officers who've reacted brilliantly and very courageously over the last few days, to the other emergency services as well, the fire service, the ambulance service as well. But you know, thankfully, last night appears to have been a much more peaceful night than previous nights. It's early days. Let's take each day as they come. We've got to continue to be vigilant, and the police will continue to maintain their very heavy presence on the streets of our cities and towns. But I think this debate about savings in the police, it isn't just a simple, crude question of the number of police you've got. It's also what you do with the police officers you've got. You know, there's evidence that only around 12% of police officers at any one time are actually out in the communities and on the streets. We should be relieving them of paperwork, relieving them of bureaucracy, so they can spend more time in our communities. There are questions about shift patterns. There are questions about how many police officers are provided with this specialist training to deal with crowd control and public disorder. These are all, that I think, the much more important operational questions which will have a bearing on how the police can continue to keep us safe, whilst also making their contribution in making savings as well. But I think in the weeks and months ahead we will be able to have sort of wider debates about why it is that there appear to be some young people in some of our communities who feel they've got absolutely no stake in their own neighbourhoods, who've got no sense of responsibility, no link, no duty towards their neighbours and towards the people with whom they've grown up. And of course that's an issue which we need to look at. But also let's not provide excuses. This is nonetheless people who just broke the law, who just thieved, who stole, who took an opportunity, completely cynically, to smash in a few windows and steal a few things that they wanted. And by the way, there seems to be some evidence that some of those people were not in any sense people who were in need at all. They were relatively affluent people who were, in some individual cases, involved in the unrest as well.